And we have got the most amazing team that I've ever worked with in 12 years of this industry. And what I would like to do now is to introduce you to upline to all of us. And one of the most vivacious, exciting, enthusiastic uplines that I've ever had the pleasure to work under and to work with. This is a lady who's recently retired through the Karatbars business, and it's none less than our very good friend, our upline, Tammy Morrison. Over to you, Tammy.
Hey guys, how are you? I'm so excited to be here tonight. I'm going to try to keep this as short as I can because I know we have other people coming on, but I am just so excited to be here and thrilled that you asked me to speak tonight. And I want to tell you a little bit about my journey. I remember back getting a phone call about Karatbars back in 2010. Now, I had worked for corporate America for, at that point, many years, and had spent the last 10 years with Citigroup. And, Citi being the large bank that they were in 2008, they were bailed out by the government. And the day that we received our money from the government, we actually laid off half of our sales staff in all of the branches west of the Mississippi River. So it was a very troubling day for me because I knew a lot of those people. I was the national sales trainer at the time, and I knew these people, and I knew, Jeff had just bought a house, and John was actually at the hospital having his first baby, and he was laid off and didn't even know it. So to me, I knew that corporate America was never ever going to take care of me. So that when I got that call from Cheryl Ann, and we talked about this, and I said, let's go for it. And we really started out very small. We had one conference call a week, and it was amazing how quickly the team grew just through our warm market. And then as more and more people came on board, we built it very, very quickly, and it was very exciting, and times were really good. Unfortunately, I did not build my team as correctly as I should have. So when we launched, I think it was in 2011 in the United States, it took us a long time to launch because, they wanted to make sure that everything was right, that, we were abiding by all the laws. So by the time we launched, a lot of people had left and went and did something else, and it was just very frustrating because at the time, I was thinking I was going to make this big money, but I didn't structure my team correctly. And so although I was making money, it was not enough to be a full-time income at that time. So I decided to go back to corporate America, and I did, and didn't want to, but I did, and actually got a really great job, loved it. The company car, the benefits, everything included, expense accounts, go out of town, eat whatever I want to, the filet or the lobster or whatever. But Cheryl Ann called me, and I guess it was late June, and she said, you need to come back. And I'm like, to where? And she said, to Karatbars. And I said, I can't. And she said, why? And I said, because I'm not even allowed to speak that word in my house. And so she said, well, you just need to come back. And so I said, okay. She said, you need to buy a package. And so I did. And I said, but I can't have it delivered here because Reese will kill me. My husband will absolutely kill me because, at the time, we were comfortable, but it was still, even though you're an account executive for Ally and you're over the whole state, it's always just paycheck to paycheck, and I never wanted to live that life again. And so I went ahead and ordered the package and had it delivered to Cheryl's house, and it took me about 3 weeks to go over there and pick it up, but I did, and it was just beautiful, and she's, she's been like a rock to me. She's always believed in me. She's always been there for me. She's my sister. She's my friend. She's my mentor, and I love her so much. And I love her mostly for calling me and saying, come back, because she didn't have to do that. And I'm so happy that I did, because if I didn't, I wouldn't know you guys, and you guys are absolutely wonderful, and I love you all. So I guess it was, I started thinking about what I was doing, how I was living my life. I was getting up so early and doing work, and and getting ready and taking Taylor to school and going to work in my regular job and then coming home and working all night, and it was just killing me. And so, you know, Albie and I had a couple of conversations over Skype, and he kind of, you know, led me to that leap of faith that I needed to take, but I still needed a little confirmation. And at the Karatbars Freedom Celebration in Nashville, for those of you that were there, I think most of you were there, I stood on that stage and I made an announcement to everyone to hold, so I could hold myself accountable for what I was about to do, is that I was going to turn in my notice on Monday. And, you know, give it, you know, and giving up that company car was crazy. I mean, it was the 2013 Chevy Equinox, but now I went down to my friend's dealership and I bought a wonderful black Ford Fusion, loaded out, sunroof. I'm going to get it all Karatbars up. It's going to be awesome. But, you know, it was a difficult decision to make, but it was the absolute best decision I've ever made in my life. Now I still get up early and I still work late. I'm actually working harder now than when I did when I was, you know, in that corporate world, but the money's so much more worth it. So what I wanted to do, just really quickly, is read my resignation letter, if you guys don't mind, because some people have heard this and they thought it was fairly inspirational, so I thought I would just read that. So I have to put these on because I can't see, so there we go. All right, so it says, "Good morning, Matt. I know that you wanted me to call you, but I feel that I'm able to express myself better in an email. This is probably the hardest email I've ever had to write. There are times in people's lives that they are given the opportunity to completely change their life. Most people ignore the opportunity and keep doing what they're doing. I think you know me well enough to know that I'm not a person that would ignore something. I've always had a passion to live my life out loud and on purpose. I feel that I have found that purpose. Let me explain. In 2010, I started with another company. Unfortunately, things did not work out exactly as I planned, and when I took the job with Ally, all the preparation for that went on the back burner. I always say things happen in God's time, not my time. In July of this year, the company exploded worldwide. I was in a position to not only change my life, but of those around me. Trust me, I've thought things through, and I've spent a lot of time on my knees asking for confirmation that what I truly wanted to do was worth it. I received my confirmation this weekend at our Freedom Celebration. I've been getting up at 5 a.m. and working for a couple hours, getting Taylor ready for school, getting ready to go to work, going to work, and then working at night, and all weekend. I'm burning the candle at both ends, and to be honest, I'm wearing myself out. With that being said, I knew I had to make a decision. Do I give 150% to Ally, or do I give 150% to my other business? I know that this is a conflict of interest. No, it's not another finance company. It's something that I'm able to do from home, and it's provided me with a very lucrative income in a very short amount of time, with me only working part-time. Imagine what I can do if I give it a full-time effort. It also gives me time freedom, and a few short months has provided me with financial freedom. This has happened very quickly, and I'm still in shock myself. With that being said, I know in my heart that I'm not able to give you the 150% you need out of me. So I guess that means that I'll be leaving Ally. I appreciate everything that you have done for me, and this was a very hard decision to make, but I've never been so sure of anything in my life. There are many great people out there that deserve the job I have with Ally. It would be extremely selfish of me to keep those people from living their dreams. I've realized that it's no longer my dream. I'm sorry. I'm sure we'll talk later. I think you've been a truly incredible manager to work with, but now it's time for me to work for myself. I'm excited about the future and all it holds. Am I nervous? Sure I am. But I know with every fiber of my being, I'm making the right choice. Talk soon, Tammy. So it was hard, and people are still calling me saying, any regrets? And I say, absolutely not. Not one regret, because I know that every day, you know, whether it's, you know, someone on your team, whether it's someone on the other team, that, you know, I'm doing three-ways all day long. And the people that I'm doing the three-ways with are coming on board. They're buying packages. You know, I'm building the team under Albie's leg right now from Indiana, and they're on fire. It's a bunch of plumbers, in case anybody wants to know. But they make a lot of money, and they want to make more money, and they can buy the gold, and they can afford the packages. So we're just excited to have them with us, and I'm excited. It started with my brother. He's in a union there, and they're going to keep coming on board. So, I'm never quitting this. This is not something that, I tell everybody I could just sit back and do nothing and probably make about the same amount of money, but I'm not built that way. I want to be able to help as many people as I can, and and be with you guys. I mean, I have never felt such a part of a family as I do with you guys. And meeting you in person was just incredible. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank Cheryl Ann for gently nudging me. It was more like a push. It wasn't a gentle nudge, but I just appreciate her, everything she's ever done for me, and for always, always, always believing in me. And I hope you guys always believe in me as well.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I had a little tear in my eye. I mean, that was just a wonderful story, and such a human touch to it. And the fact that you were able to, hand in that resignation is going to resonate with so many people. And I know from speaking with you in person, the hard work you've had to do to get to this point. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of our heart for passing the baton on, and for thinking enough of the next person you pass the baton on to do that, so that eventually down the line that we got to be in this business, and obviously got to be in your team as well. And what a fantastic story, and what a fantastic legacy to leave people, a legacy of financial freedom. And I know from working with you for the last 5 or 6 months that you love what you do, and there's an old saying that when you love what you do, you're never going to work another day in your life. And I know you're passionate about this business, and it's just so wonderful. This is the best team I've ever been involved in. You're an amazing upline, and we work so well together. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it so much.